Now let's try to make out why the pragmatic competence in second language is important for our learners. In this regard, I'll just try to resort to the opinions of some scholars in this field. For example, Lucastro opines that learning the pragmatics of a second language may even be more important than learning the linguistic competence. Though we cannot isolate them from each other, they go side by side. And in a natural order, obviously, it's a linguistic competence which comes first. But we cannot deny the importance of pragmatic competence, because only when we know the pragmatics of second language, we would be able to use various linguistic items or phrases quite usefully and appropriately in various social situations. But if we do not know the pragmatic elements of a language, we would probably misuse or misfire our various linguistic reservoirs in a second language. Therefore, in order to make a good interaction in second language, we probably would need the knowledge of the pragmatic norms of the second language, which primarily comes from the native speakers of that language. For example, there is a common understanding that drivers in New York are not very helpful in guiding various travelers who come from various parts of the world. In this regard, people suggest that phrasing your questions in a proper pragmatic way would help the travelers to get required information and the guidance from the drivers or other travelers or other native people living in New York. So therefore, in such situations, phrasing your questions, your inquiries in a proper way and in a way which is socially and pragmatically appropriate to the local norms of the society would definitely help the travelers. And it would also reduce the barriers, the communication barriers between travelers and the local speakers or local native users of the language. Moreover, it would also create a positive image of the country, of the region, of the travelers. The travelers going to countries wherever they go, they don't know the language sometimes. They are advised to be trained in certain social functions of the language. For example, how to greet, how to request, how to advise, and how to ask basic questions or say goodbyes. And such a learning do help our traveling in many ways. It creates a kind of confidence to travel abroad among ourselves, and it also creates our good personality images among the people we travel with, and also among the people we travel to the people living at our destinations. We see even native speakers have to seek training in various social aspects of a language, especially those aspects in which certain professional functions are performed. For example, if somebody is interested to do a job of a receptionist, he may be trained how to answer smoothly to his or her clients on phone and or who come to visit that place personally. So in such situations, all the receptionists would probably need training in some kind of social etiquettes or in some kind of social norms, which would make the performance of their duty smooth. And it would also help them to take care of the emotional needs of their customers. According to Lucastro, during learning, the learners should be given a chance to bring into personal experience while learning the pragmatics of a second language. They should be able to relate the knowledge of pragmatic norms to their personal experiences in their own language, or the personal experiences based on their previous uses of the second language. And this would probably authenticate their learning and would help them adjust their previous learning in a better way. Therefore, we can sum up that The pragmatic competence cannot be ignored in our everyday conversation, and from here we could take a clue that while teaching a second language, we should also focus on teaching the pragmatic norms of that language.